Look, I'm not saying I don't trust them, but... Well, yes, I am saying that. I don't trust anyone I don't already have tied up. I was making sure they didn't do anything fishy. Whoa, wait, tying people up? Excuse me, did you want to stay here longer? I mean, wait, what? I thought you said it wasn't one of those types of games. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle. Hey, do you remember my story? You mean the one you just told like a minute ago? Yeah. Yes. Yes, I do. Did you, I mean, like, what did you think of, the young man in the story? Do you think he's weird? I'd forgive him. What happened to him would make anyone snap. And who knows what happened in his past that led him to that point. He was just trying to be good. Yes, that's all he wanted, was to be good. Oh, that makes sense. Did the young man remind you of anyone? Yes. No. Yes and no. Yes. And no? I think that's what makes it such a great story. It's unique and surprising, but also relatable and familiar. I think we all know someone like that young man. I think we all have a little of him inside us. I'm not gonna try and giggle in the voice I've been giving Wraith. We'll just say, Wraith giggles. Not in a gross way, like you're thinking, but a very silly one. I assume he's imagining a tiny little version of himself dancing around in his own belly, because that's just who he is. Oh, that's adorable. My nose is itchy, that's less... Little Wraith, come and itch my nose for me. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly. Is it cold in this water now, or is it just me? It feels like my toes are turning to ice cubes. Wraith seizes up and squeezes his eyes shut. Please, I can't be around any cube talk. Not since I heard that story from somebody else a long time ago. The story you just told? 2 minutes ago now? Exactly, the one that wasn't about me. Usually we'd be nervous that we were about to make things awkward when we barge in. But obviously we couldn't hold a candle to whatever was happening here tonight. Oh, you're not nobody anymore. Smack. Either way, it's time for bed. For you, not us. After you go to sleep, that's when we party. But it's just the two of you left. Everyone else is dead. I mean, didn't make it past interviews. After spending all day cooped up in those tight little safari-themed resort uniforms, you just know those two rage late for the night. But you're not here to party with them. You've got your own repressed relationships to tend to. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Wraith's story about the young man who found out he was part of a sinister plot. What don't you know about your current situation? Is it something that will terrify you? Something that will make you snap? What if you look into the eyes of evil? What if you like it? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar, creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. A bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're gonna make you comfortable, or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Let's try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Okay. Minigame, I guess. I'm ready, apparently. Away we go. As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might just adjust the dial and fix it. Ooh. But I don't know what is what. I'm wearing an 89.3 shirt, so I guess... Oh, it's right between the two. 102. That's kind of like 88, right? Let's see what's on this station. Oh, that's not a station. Okay, so if you don't hit a station, it just gives you the closest one. It doesn't give you in between stations. I hope there's not any, like, secret Morse code puzzle to get secret trickster ending. This is the clowns loading music.
All right, let's talk about our community. For us, it means two major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content relating to the game or being inspired by the game, to groups of people who interact on every single possible social platform, in person. It means people who play together. It's even the people.
Okay, now which one did I want to actually... Oh, whatever. We're turning it off now anyways. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Well, Spirit, we're doing the Spirit Wraith playthrough, so... We did Wraith last, we'll do Spirit now. Also, pick Spirit, or Wraith as Storyteller because he likes it. Don't have Wraith by the fire because he doesn't like it. Seems appropriate. Sorry, Huntress and Trapper. We'll get a playthrough with you too. Hey, Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What? Even the dead like to relax. I don't have any of those things. Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small comb carved from bamboo. I guess you could hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I will want it back, though, and if you lose it, well, you'll get your revenge on me. It's the last thing I do. You finally start to feel sleepy. Except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You're trying to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky. By now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is still undeniably odd. The human body is made of 60% water. Did you know that? Of course you did. Everyone knows that, even amnesiac video game protagonists. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you'd like, you'll never get to 100%. You hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Huntress is rifling through your pockets. Oh, you're awake. I wasn't stealing from you, merely trying to get to know you better by seeing what sort of trinkets you keep close. I mean, yeah, she would steal the other people, the people she murdered, their trinkets, but, because, she still had that, like, little girl mentality of, shiny baubles. I saw you with the spirit right before bedtime. Look, I'm not saying I don't trust them, but, well, yes, I am saying that. I don't trust anyone I don't already have tied up. I was making sure they didn't do anything fishy. Whoa, wait, tying people up? Excuse me, did you want to stay here longer? I mean, wait, what? I thought you said it wasn't one of those types of games. And I was making sure you're not the soldier. Soldiers killed my father, you know. Ah, I forgot that part of it. Well, I've got you. You really should consider spending some more time with me. I'm not scary. You're not? Not at all. I'm just a lost girl on a big island. I've been watching you since you got here, you know. Not in a creepy way. Not in a creepy way at all. Alright, in a charmingly creepy way. I've noticed how fun-loving you seem. If you spend some time with me tomorrow, maybe I'll take you to this special place I found. It's all mine. None of the other killers have been able to find me there. It's quiet and isolated. Maybe I'll even show you how to make beef stroganoff. That sounds very enticing. So, plot 1. Narrator's like, don't go where I can't follow you. But I don't know that narrator wants you to leave. Plot 2, she's like the least favorite of, like, like the affection or points or whatever you have, the meter. Like, Spirit likes us, Wraith likes us, apparently Trapper likes us. But if she doesn't like us and she's like, we're gonna go somewhere, no one else can find us. Chic. I could see her murdering us. But on the other hand, like, if going somewhere no one else is, like, find the secrets that no one else wants you to know. Also, I don't know what the ocean thinks I'm up to, because I don't. I'll let you get back to bed. It's been a long day. Huntress places a gigantic hand on your forehead and your eyes flutter closed. Finally alone. For real this time. Maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Am I poisoned? Just, you died. Oh, wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, jeez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to camera. Ugh, can you blame me for not getting along well with others? I mean, I haven't had a real conversation with anyone since I was a child. I take the fact that I haven't slaughtered the newcomer for their meat yet as a win. They look pretty tasty, though, so who knows what'll happen tomorrow. Hey, Dwight, do we have tarragon on this island? If I'm being honest, I want to kill just about every person I meet within a minute of meeting. Even the few people I can tolerate, I want to see suffer for a long time before I kill them. But this person, for some reason, I'd like them to continue living. For now. One false step and well, everyone calls me Trapper for a reason. And they better call me Trapper. I swear, if I watch this later and you list me as Evan, I'm gonna kill you. Chiron? Like, I've read the word before. I've never had to pronounce it out loud. I mean, it's the people that write the stuff. But I've only ever seen it written.
Chiron.
Right, that's US.
Chiron.
All right, Chiron it is. Did you learn something new today? I learned, well, I mean, kinda, like, I mean, yeah, I learned something. I learned how to pronounce it. Like, maybe I knew the word, but I didn't know how to say it properly, so. I did guess Chiron first, I think. I said Chiron or Chiron. Sorry, Evan. I got distracted. Yeah, today was fun. I don't want to get ahead of myself or really invest in something that might hurt me. I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how it goes. Or maybe they'll realize I'm not the one for them. They seem pretty smart, so that's probably what'll happen. Aw, poor Wraith, I feel bad for you. I gotta learn to go easier on myself. Who could love me if I can't love myself? I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it, circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe. Okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that used me and threw me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. And I got an achievement, still alive. Woo, I made it to day 2. I don't know if you can die on day 1. Like, if you could really piss someone off and not make it. You open your eyes, the sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great. You're totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire but woke up several yards down the beach. Fine. Details. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? So that... Some DBD lore, for those who don't know. If survivors... Not that we were... but if survivors get killed, the entity wipes their mind so they don't remember it because... like, it needs to feast on, like, their, hopes or fears, whatever, But, like, obviously, like, if they realize they're stuck in this never-ending murder hell that they can't escape from, then they just, would shut down in despair and be like, nothing I do matters. Whereas if they think, oh, how did I get here? Okay, fix this thing, escape out the door. Okay, I've survived so far. Let's try, and they have to do it again, but... So the survivors do lose their memories if they get killed. We apparently lose our memories if we go to sleep. We're doing a dating sim. Insert joke about the little death here at your own discrepancy. No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet. At least they make for a sexy bunch, no? They do. And here comes Trickster. And talk about sexy, here comes Trickster, carrying the coffee. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off right. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there is nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today's an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I am just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. I kind of blinked instead of... Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is the time... Oh, no, never mind, he left. I just hope you want that Trickster ending. He'll show you his baseball bat. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that! The hell was that? Don't call him oh, that's the narrator still. They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee, and I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing. Yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise, the type of place you'd give a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review to, not an eternal prison of pain. And please make sure to leave a review. It does really help with the algorithms. Hey, speaking of the algorithms, are you watching this on YouTube? Trust me, I'm looking out for you. So can we please move on? Subscribe. God. If you can't think of any comment, just say help in the algorithms. Wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land. I submerge those who defy me, and I become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. Something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, thumbs up review if it was crafted with love and or that's the type of thing you're into. So, what they're saying is, even if you're not a fan of this game, or you're not a fan of me as a YouTuber, you know what to do with the algorithms! You know, the ocean's right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent, and whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection's overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. We ought to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not be overly critical of them. You two trying to sell me on this place actually being good? Don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course, apology. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yes, I've been having a lovely time. Yes, it's been really entertaining. Yes, I am not suspicious that there is no option. Oh, I wouldn't vote no anyways. It has been entertaining. Yeah, how else could I describe my stay on this island besides really entertaining? 10 stars, here we come! Algorithm. Can someone remind me to skip this section next time? Nope. We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? No. No, I will not say anything negative about this island. You have my word that I agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Perfect! This game, I swear, it really is entertaining. I would give it 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Also, excellent! Yes! Hey, it's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. The place to leave that's in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games, but being casual resorts. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance, and with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can mean only one thing. Breakfast. I might actually need to go and get a water refill during stream. I've been able to avoid doing that since I started streaming, not ever leaving the stream when it's on. But I mean, it's a narrative thing. What do you expect? It's a lot of reading. We'll see. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon and so much for maintaining these beach bods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Ugh, magic powers only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. But I don't. Yeah, lard up that belly. Give me some pancakes. Actually, give me yogurt and strawberries too. Like, those are good. Like, I want some pancakes and I want some yogurt with strawberries. Like, is that too much to ask? You take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It's like going through puberty again, except all in one day and on a beautiful, mysterious island. Yeah. Looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Oh, also, them doing their camera thing. Huntress did kind of seem like she wanted to maybe murder me. Just saying. Anyways. Personally, I wasn't interested in Trapper's day because your streamer announcer lost his train of thought between this sentence. I'll be honest, I didn't expect you to survive yesterday, so congrats, I guess. Whether you survive today, 50-50 at best, good luck. Yeah, do I go with Huntress or not? Well, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now, Huntress steps up to talk about her feelings. This island is treacherous. I don't know what the newcomer thinks they are doing here, but it certainly isn't helping any of us. Oh, Huntress pretends to be all independent, but is she secretly kinda miffed you and her aren't getting along? I think she is. I think she has a secret place where she'll chain me to the wall and I'll die of exposure or starvation. Well, that surely must be it. No one else would weirdly stand up during breakfast, too. Then here comes Pete. Did everyone sleep well? I did. Or should I say I didn't? I haven't slept in 20 years on account of the whole burning quest for familial revenge thing, and last night was no different, so in that case it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done, though. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go back to quietly resenting being trapped here with you all while looking cute doing so. I'm guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. And perfect, here he is. Take us home, Wraith. Oh, hey, that was fun yesterday, huh? I mean, not like too much fun, that would be weird, but like, you know, a good, like a good amount of fun. And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Oh wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep them wanting more. You're getting good at this game. That sexy true to life experience. Hey, I don't know what your life is like. Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. Ah, man, I want strawberry and pancakes now. Get some whipped cream put on top. I mean, maybe have it separately because, like, I like maple syrup on pancakes, but you know, maple and strawberry, like, a little too much sweet. Yeah. After breakfast, you shut up about pancakes and head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get there, though, something catches your attention. What? You hear that? Who are you addressing? Me? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Like, that's okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these four fine killers, but it kind of feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you have lost your mind seeing how I'm not real at all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pool shed. No, stick it in there. A little more. Oh, a little more. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it. Yes. What do they do? How does that feel? Intense. I'm just trying to think, what double entendre are they doing? It feels... I don't know. It's clearly a double entendre. You don't need to stop the video yet. Or, you know, fast forward if that's what you were wanting, but... Nice. Oh yeah, that feels right. This is uncomfortable. Now I want you to take that and put it right... Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like that. Exactly like that. swear I had no idea these two even do whatever it is they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Whoa! Whoa! Hey, whoa! Look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Does anyone know where I could buy some? Damn it! Oh, come on, a little privacy, please. Dwight is panting and Claudette has a crazed look in her eyes. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here, and that I could hear you. Well, I mean, you know. Know what? What do you think we were doing? You were doing... I don't exactly know what you were doing, but it sounded like... fun? You think two people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oh, okay. Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. I've come to believe that the key is finding the exact place we need to bleed out from, and I believe that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense to me. Did you think we were... Ugh, me and him? Dwight? Don't have to laugh that hard, they get it. Aha! And life's a nightmare, and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Let's go, lover boy. I know that all our entry wounds in our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, you're gonna need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragmedy! Shut up, I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, you're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. So far, today has been exhausting too. But you're dedicated to achieving a true centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up the sun in a heated pool. Today, you're on a date with you. Oh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tipped, like a palm tree is bending over to screw with you. But it's no tree, it's... Hey babe. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone just getting up, announcing how they're feeling. Ugh, what's that about? Some kind of forced check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy. Kinda lazy. Whatever though, breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You see my abs, by the way. You might be a psychopath, but I did see your abs. Maybe you can see them later at my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out, if you play your cards right. I could give you a private show. Get you around. His abs are pretty amazing. You gotta give him that. I said that already. And now my me saying, yeah. That blow up bat, threatening, but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that that guy's gone, we've got some ground rules established that we're definitely going to abide by. It's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and... Nope, another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. No, it's Wraith. That checks out. You two have gotten pretty cozy. Hi, sorry if this is too forward, but do you want to get out of here? I know a place that's it's kind of, I mean, it's got well, it's hard to explain. Actually, it's kind of weird. You know what? If you want to go somewhere else with someone else, I totally understand. But if you want to see something weird and interesting, let me know, I guess. Been around Leith long enough to know that this rambling speech was actually him being incredibly brave and asking you out. But before you can decide if you want to go off with Wraith, this spirit interjects. No! No, I have to break one of their hearts. These poor murderous souls. Ugh, listen to that word vomit. If, like, he truly doesn't even want you to say yes to him, is anything he says real? Really? You should go off with me instead, because I'm not some kind of fake ghost pretending I don't like things. I'm a real ghost, and I hate everything, but not you. I'm not saying I like you, but, well, I mean, I could, like, I know you like a challenge, so come get it. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are all cold-blooded killings. But you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And then you die a horrible, wretched, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry, this island has really got me tilted. So, who's it gonna be? Oh no, I guess now we make our choice. Spirit playthrough or Wraith playthrough? Fuck. I was like, all right, first playthrough, it's gonna be one of them. Now I have to actually pick. Ugh, come on, game, just hand me my answer on a silver platter. It's also because, you know, first time playthrough, I don't like, is Wraith always like that? And is Spirit, like, is that what they would always say if they're the option to be picked? Because she definitely seems like the, if you don't pick her, she's gonna hack you up more, but that also is just kind of Spirit's general character design. But, like, I don't know, is that just her character design, or is it because, like, he's in place number 1 and she's in place number 2, so she's more jealous? I don't know. I go like this. Alright. Random chance. Look, I closed my eyes, I wiggled the mouse around, and it was closest to Spirit. I gotta go with Spirit. You've made the correct decision, but know this. Just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm gonna slobber all over you like a dog, understand? Yeah, don't. That actually would be gross. Yeah, of course. You've still got a lot to prove to me. I want to believe our connection is real, but I've been hurt before. Literally. With a katana. Yeah, see, it's like that. Is it just the, like, she's the hard to get option, and so she always says that? Or is it because, like, Wraith is our top pick, so he wants to go on a date, and she's second pick, so she's like, yes, I'll go on a date, but you gotta, like, raise my affection bar more than his if you want it to work, buddy, type of thing. I don't know. And if we do another playthrough, I guess, you know, we won't know because we'll pick someone else anyway. Anyways, I've been hurt before with a katana. A katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? Because you will feel me if you try any of that macho trapper crap. Believe me, I am right there with you on that. Yeah, I feel you. Before you ask Claudette and Dwight to clarify, I'll just let you know that yes, it is too late to change your answer now. All right. Got an achievement. We have a morose match, with the achievement being her scary face, the pitch black with the red eyes. You and Spirit arrive at the coast overlooking the black lighthouse. It's old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You can see why Spirit would be drawn to such a place. Look Spirit up and down and notice she's wearing all black, just like the lighthouse. I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Is black your favorite color? Black isn't really a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like a black hole. Place that swallows light. A dying star. Oh, damn, now that's dark. You're confident that Spirit will vibe with this, but like, Spirit doesn't really care for science fiction. Not the type with spaceships and lasers, anyhow. She's much more into that type of, like, strange adventures that kick off right here on Earth. Earth, is that where we are? You wonder. The lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling up over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place. And so are you. Wait a minute, I don't want to be trapped here yet. Where's the ending where I escape? I like this music. I wonder then if there's like a bonus ending, like if you don't play into the game and like reject everyone, do you escape, or do they just murder you for being an asshole? The peace doesn't last too long as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl, like a monster dying. A spiraling black light stretches out across the sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard.
Oh yeah, it does that!
The light and sound recede, and the two of you sit in silence. Spirit lays a towel down and then pats on it gently. Clearly she wants your company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes out some sunscreen and hands it to you. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is this an invitation to get in a little hands-on action? What else could it be? She's offering it to you, dumbass. Don't be macho trapper. You say thank you. Thanks. I forgot to bring my own when I, lost my memory, fell into the ocean. No problem, I figured as much. She specifically is like, don't try that macho crap with me, so if you're like, let me put some on you, baby, stab in your jugular. To be fair, stab in your jugular is how a lot of things end in this game, I'm sure. Spirit turns away while you slather lotion all over your body. You need any help reaching those difficult spots? See a hand float around your back. Yeah, why not? We're just a couple of friends, skimpily dressed, putting lotion on each other. Like, what are you gonna be nervous about? And I don't mean like, oh, the fact that there's everyone here's a murder. Like, if she's gonna kill you, she's gonna kill you. You don't need to be like, oh. Spirit's hand on your back is ice cold, but she has a soft touch. When she's done, she takes care of herself. You watch as she applies sunscreen to herself in the most unique way by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. Think that. One of those, like, let's not bring up the part where her dad murdered her part. The part where her dad murdered her part. Let's not bring up the part where I can't talk. Yeah, we'll comment on her floating hands. Or did you think she's self-conscious about it? That doesn't matter. Still asking. The fact that your hands just float out around you like that, you can reach things way easier than I can. It's like you're some kind of superhero. Ugh, I'm glad you get a kick out of it, but floating severed limbs isn't exactly the type of superpower you think to wish for as a kid. I'd much rather be able to read minds. Maybe then I'd understand why some people act the way they do. Shit. Sorry, I didn't think through what your experience was like. I'm like, yeah, you'd be doing the same thing about the glass for sure. Sometimes humor is how you deal with uncomfortable situations, but clearly you read the room wrong. I was just, oh, that's me, not her. I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. It had to have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends eventually. But I wouldn't want to forget it. It literally made me who I am right now. truth is, I could pull out all these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me, and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to pressure the way he did in the end. The way the fear and anger felt. Okay, that is not working. Let me try a different approach. I mean, I was trying to get like low and growly and angry. Maybe I should just get loud instead for evil voice. The way, like, I wish I had like a voice changer to add like a flange onto it right now. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Yeesh. It's hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me. It's doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it even though it gives me strength. I must maintain control. You're stronger than he ever was, I'm sure of it. I appreciate that. Yeah, so she's one of the ones that's also like, you kinda feel bad for her, because like in real life, she didn't do shit to anybody. She was not like a killer in real life. Like some of the people, like the doctor, complete psychopath. Trickster, yeah, psychopath. Like before they were, you know, Eldritch Abomination killers. She just got the shit end of the stick, and then the entity is like, I'll let you get revenge on your father. It's like, yeah, she's like, I want to murder the fuck out of him because he's an evil bastard. But then the entity's like, yeah, I'll let you do that, come along. And now, you know, she's stuck in the entity's game too, so... You know, she is not the worst of the killers. Like, yeah, here's the Doctor DLC. Hello. Okay, nope, I'm out. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life, in love. The world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body contorted into these vengeful poses, it really does a number on my joints. Put the lotion on its skin. Or else it gets the katana again. Oh no. Perfect. Not bad. Uh-oh. You missed completely. Okay, gotta get down there perfect though, that'll help. Okay, this one. There. Well, I suppose the elation? The elation I feel of the lotion. I suppose the lotion made it where it was supposed to be going eventually. And you aren't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there is a next time, I'm sure you'll do even better. You look up at the lighthouse, its ominous dark form hovering above this moment between spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is, in this case it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst out black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. You're just like, like rub some lotion on, and then you're just kind of, Hi. From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death, a spirit of a ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean air above the ship as it careens towards the shore. Before crashing on the rocks, it must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. You hear the distant shouting of sailors as the old wooden ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. Right. It does that sometimes, too. Should we do anything about it? Sharks will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean is quieted, quiet again, except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. But these time-traveling pirates, or whoever they were, I mean, like, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbone flags? They're not the only ones drawn here today. It's Wraith. He's emerged from the palm trees behind you. I didn't come here to break up your date or something. I came here for that. Wraith points to the lighthouse. It is indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining its strange light on me. I can't avoid it. Through woods and walls, nothing seems to stop it from reaching out to me. Duh, it's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. Ugh, you're no more special than me, the dead pirates, or like that mermaid I saw washed up on shore that one time. Ugh. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even close to as beautiful in person as they are in movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. Yeah, they're like, would eat people. Or I think that was not Wraith thing. I think that's Spirit who said the thing about mermaids. Whatever. It's all part of a vast conspiracy, an epic river of lies that runs beneath the island. Or something. I'm pretty sure I figured it out. The basics anyhow. If you come with me, you can get... Oh, shit. You can get caught! Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple buttons off of Wraith's tropical top. He takes the hint and backs away a few steps slowly. But the quiet guy, he really never shuts up. Okay, be that way, you'll see. Alone at last, tension broken, deathly moans quiet, and Wraith banished back to wherever it is he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. It's not quite clear how that whole fog things work, you know, but you don't care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She starts to adjust her robe and you get a peek at the bathing suit beneath. For someone who seems intent on proving on how little she cares about what everyone else thinks, she put a lot of work getting into that suit. It has got straps for days. However, you're so focused on what is happening with Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. And Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt whatever it was you were doing. Doesn't seem like they were worried they'd bump into too much. We're here to make a very dramatic announcement. Well, technically, we would invite you to join us back at the beach, where we will be making a very dramatic announcement. It's hard being the producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4? That's what happened. See, survivors, when I complain about you on my team DCing at the start of the match, that's what I'm talking about. Don't leave Dwight and Claudette tending to this resort on their own. Stay in the fucking match. When you arrive at the beach, you realize you were set up. Despite promising an announcement, Dwight and Claudette simply stand quietly. This isn't at all what was promised. There's no announcement here. But there is a me! It's a me, Arethio. Hello! You got mud in your ears, friend? I told you to get lost. Don't you see? Lost is what I am, and so are you, but I know the way out. I've got a map back in my secret lair. Literally. And figuratively. Yes, I know the difference. That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. Like, he might know the right one, but... like, presumably if it was the other way around, I'd be with Wraith and Spirit would be like, I know the secret way out instead. I don't know. I mean, I've already made the one miscall of being like, let's ask about her arms. Because being like, don't ask about the glass, she won't like that. And then ask about her arms, and she's like, oh, the time that I got brutally murdered? And you're like, oh, sorry about that. You got a secret lair? Damn it. Who said anything about a secret lair? I've, got sap. sap in my secret hair. There's a flap on my secret chair. Don't change the subject. Why is your head on fire? Don't ask me what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess of the first nice day I've had in I don't know how long, because it's not even clear what year it is, but in a while. Not about to be ditched for the likes of you. I'm not messing things up like I keep trying to tell you it's this dang island. I've come to accept a difficult truth. What's happening here? Well, I'm convinced that it's our fate. It's not anyone's decision, it's simply the way it will be. There's no use fighting it. What would you even know about fighting? All you know is hiding in your spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing your little bell. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter. A dragon lives inside me. I can't not fight, even when all I might want to do is hide. You see this giant hat? It's a metaphor. If I do have a fate, my fate is to win every damn fight that comes my way. Got it? So Trapper's voice and her yelling hurts my voice, my throat. But I will power through it. Look at that face. That's the type of face you power through for. Folks. Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. You do your little phase walking routine. What do you call that? It's basically cloaking, and we all know that cloaking is a type of hiding. Folks. You cloak. I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase walk out in the open. You just can't see me. You have no idea what they're talking about, but this sure sounds like some video game community forum thread minutia, if there was ever such a thing. Not that you know about that either. Sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are gonna stop this, so it's on you. I think I was brought here to make this choice, so I'm going to do that now. And I choose Spirit for this playthrough. When it comes down to it, neither of these two seem easy to love. I mean, damn, Spirit literally has broken glass shards sticking out of her, but she does have a certain charm to her. Spirit and I were actually having a nice time. Besides, my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate. And don't take this the wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, no wonder you're so skinny. All that second-guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. Damn! Whoa, hold up, video game me. Like, that is not how you let someone down, even if they're like... Like, now as both, like, I choose both of them for this playthrough, which obviously wasn't gonna happen, but like, just saying, if you're in a situation like this, where you're like with person A and person B comes along and you kind of had a thing, you know, they're jealous, you don't need to start insulting them. Just be like, look, I liked our time together, Wraith, but I'm, you know, choosing to be with Spirit. Just leave it at that. Don't be an asshole and start insulting his look. And you know, this looks because that's me. Don't insult anything about it. Don't be an asshole. That's what I'm saying. No offense taken. It's okay. It's true. I can be a little awkward, I guess, sometimes. Oh, also, besides the fact that you shouldn't be an asshole when you're letting down someone anyway, especially don't be an asshole to someone that could literally murder you on the spot. Come on. This is not rocket science. I'm gonna stick with Spirit. Spirit buys a Cedar game. Got enough revenging to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. That said, legitimately, if there was one person that was gonna take revenge on you, it would be. Like, Spirit's whole thing is wanting revenge, so... Like, if it's a choice between those two, also, like, yeah, she is the one that would most likely kill you out of revenge. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey. A cherry tree. It's just a small sapling, but it has begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so, yeah. Just go. It's fine. Spirit steps to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off, and they come cascading through the air around the both. Aw, look at that. You begin to play Animal Crossing New Horizons, and it's spring in the Cherry Blossom Festival. Get out your bug net, what? But, I mean, we've already broken the fourth wall. Man, are I allowed to do it too? You know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical, they're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason, they are also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the specter of looming death that calls attention to this special moment to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel? How does that duality make us feel? Duality of life and death. I mean, it does make me feel unsure, but in terms of we're playing a video game and we want to play a video game and not just answer questions, let's go for something that will actually get a response instead of like, you need to make a decision. That's not a real answer. They're frustrated. As you look at the tree and consider Spirit's question, you reflect on your own current predicament, stranded here, no understanding of why, no control. The beauty of this island, the attention of such an interesting companion, it should bring you joy, but it comes at the price of being completely confused and hopeless. You look down and see a crumbling cherry blossom on the ground at your feet. As you stare at it, something begins to rage inside you, like a dragon. How can anyone find comfort even for a moment with death and decay looming on the horizon? That's not what I said. It makes me so frustrated, so mad. I want to do something about it. I want to strike back against this shitty reality. Okay, never mind. I mean, that's actually kind of what I was going for. The first part just didn't really equate to the second part, but hey. Look at that. We got her like, let's strike back against shitty reality and make a better reality, and we made her happy in the process. I am a gaming champ. Spirit lets you go off, staying calm despite your bubbling rage. She must know thoughts like this. Is that why she asked you? So that you'd see things from her point of view? No! I mean, maybe that's why she asked, but I am a bubble. Fuck this reality, man. Make it better. I want to be alive. You feel connected to her at this moment more than you ever had at any point before. You wonder, does she feel the same? Once, the fallen cherry blossoms represented the souls of samurai warriors, those with noble characters, those who did not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, in my noble bloodline, my life has ended, and my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree, it's not real. Its petals fall, but they'll soon replenish. It's as if it were installed here by someone. You watch as Spirit chooses her words very carefully. By something, with no respect for the balance of life and death. We're sorry to interrupt. We don't believe you. Yep. But this time we do really have a good reason. And it has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that is definitely not happening. Help me. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you it's time for dinner. Get it while it's hot. Is it more Felix? Because I had my full. I think it disagreed with me. I guess it's time to go or whatever. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. And that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. Is it to do with... I was gonna make a joke about the shining. No, you really are feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. I mean, really, I was feeling rage at the duality of life and death, but okay, narrator, sure. Enough gentle ribbing, it's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. And Wraith is here too. Awkward. We're not gonna do the gag where we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here. They're just as sexy and demented as you remember. With your love on the line, everyone is being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Oh, congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, because you just met them yesterday, and what the fuck, that's pretty weird. Actually, it isn't. Also, that didn't say that. If you're just listening, it just says, stop with you met them yesterday. I added commentary about it being weird, and then I thought, it really isn't that weird if, like, you're trapped in this place for eternity. You could have been here a decade, 100 years, 1,000 years, 10,000 years. So, like, someone new is gonna be pretty damn alluring. Like, even if that's not what you're really into, you like the fact that there's something different would be a draw. All right, continuing on with the game. However, since Huntress seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, she throws caution to the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do. Heaven knows they won't do any better than that. Since it seems like I'm going to be alone forever, I'm focusing on myself. I have hobbies of my own, you know, besides stealing, kidnapping, and killing. Cooking is my passion. Tonight we'll be feasting on a succulent squirrel appetizer, with roasted elk as the main, served with a side of mushrooms. Hey, real. The mushrooms are probably poisonous. And elk, huh? Or revenge for the elk that killed her mother? I'd nickel for every revenge-obsessed killer on this island, I swear. Well, I'd have some number of nickels. More than a few. I personally hunted, killed, skinned, and prepped a meal. I even picked the mushrooms myself. Okay, they are definitely poisonous. And cheesecake for dessert. Oh, you know your cheesecake, babe. I think I already made the beefcake cheesecake joke, but... Ugh, what? I'm not rushing enough? I'm not so one-dimensional, you know. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? Well, you've had an interesting day, that's for sure. But how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, don't just sit there saying nothing. Saying nothing is not an option. Okay, so be coy or gush about our date. I think... Coy? Wasn't... Oh, shit. Wasn't more like a date. It's like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in close proximity to each other. Oh, hey, she liked that anyways. Spirit, of course. That's exactly right. I could not have said Wait, couldn't have not said anything of value better myself. Oh, that's... I could not have not said anything of no value. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise, she doesn't like people getting into her business. Good point. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they are all very tired. Oh, no, wait, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bony appetite. Don't you mean bon? No, almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it, even the vegetables. That's impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. I mean, or, you know, in Trickster, he's kind of trying to do both at the same time. He's like, look at my abs while I hand you this cup of green fume coffee. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? I mean, like, yeah, in real life, you say thank you. Don't be a jerk to the waitstaff. They're enslaved here, though, so maybe, like, thanks for being enslaved here, that you have no option, even though you said you repeatedly wanted to leave. I don't know, I'll try being nice. I don't know that they'll like it, but... yeah, they like it. Okay. I just didn't know if it's one of those, like, mind games where it's like, be a good person or be an asshole, but then by being a good person, you're being an asshole because you weren't paying attention, where they're like, I sure wish I could kill myself to get away from this horror. And you're like, thanks for being here. Like, have you not listened to anything I just said? Anyway, your top-notch service is much appreciated. They got up happy. Everyone, if you would please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is gonna happen, something that will change everything. You can go willingly, or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Stuffed cookies. Did you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good, something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. Hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. But the fire, I mean, not my eyes. Childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving towards the fire pit, only to get away from the wraiths complaining. You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for the other killers to take their place, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will the narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think, are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? It doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool. Now everyone's looking at you. So, you know, do something. Hey, should I pick someone to tell a story? Maybe we could play charades? Boggle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably like shoots lasers or something. Huh? Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak from me, Huntress. Now, you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. Well, clearly I gotta read your lore more. I don't remember your childhood fire trauma. What? Wait, he's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Silver was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Fine, I'll tell a story. Sure, I'm game to tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Okay. So what type of story do you want to tell? Romance, adventure, or action? Let's tell an action story. I feel like romance is too on the nose. All right. Here's an action-packed yarn for you lot. This is the time I got into a bar fight. The group is interested. They lean in. I'm all ears, and I'm not talking about the bucket of them I have on my boat. Oh, I thought that was Huntress talking. Because, you know, the big rabbit. I'm all ears, and I'm not talking about the bucket of them I have on my boat. You crack open a beer by smashing the bottle cap off the nearest rock before starting. That seems sharp and painful. I'm at the local watering hole, powering up with my regular 12 beers before I slay at the pool table. Slay is good. Steely Dan blasts from the jukebox. The bartender's tip jar filled to the brim. I pound the final pint, smash the glass on the counter as I demand shots for the entire joint. The patrons cheer for me. I am their god. Suddenly, I hear the telltale revving of engines outside. Motorcycles. The saloon doors swing open. Wait, it's a saloon now? And in walks my arch nemesis, Big Slim, the giant of North Toledo. You sound sexy. Thought I smelled something acrid from Akron when I hopped off the hog, Slim says with a sneer. I get up from my stool, the gal behind me rubbing my shoulders, revving me up for the inevitable fight. Long way from home, aren't we, Slim? What are the fine people of Elm Street gonna do without someone to sell them someone's secondhand cufflinks tonight? I taunt him. He strokes his oily beard. This story has a lot of specific geographic references in it. I have a perfectly good job at the pawn shop. Why are you coming at me like this? Slim yells. That's fair, I scream back. Why do we hate each other? I can't even remember. Something about me cutting you off in traffic, but it was a misunderstanding, Slim yells. Well then, let's hug it out, I say, tears starting to well in my eyes. And we made up. What about the bar fight? Oh, yeah, we got into a real blowout fight later that night. I yelled our proverbial heads off. It was just argument about whether you should say pop or soda. Ah, come on! I gave up headlining at Coachella for this. Spirit laughs hysterically, probably laughing at you. But it's a laugh you're ready to accept. That sure was a kind of story. Technically. Yeah, okay, it wasn't a very good story, and I don't mean that to insult you, but it, like, was actually quite bad. Like, sorry, this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end there. So, who else would you like to hear a story? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound of flesh. I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who's dead now and can't do a thing about it. It's called The Bride. Technically, I suppose the fiancé. One winter, a young couple decided that the next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt, so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful, shabby chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lilikoi, by the way. It's so fancy. When it came to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, fiancé, I guess, because she's not married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancée decided that she would create unique floral arrangements from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day, she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found, and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods she surveyed, the bride, fiancé, she's not yet married, and she became obsessed with knowing just how many there were so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before, and just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful she became dizzy just looking at them. The fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower, and every time she did, she noticed just further ahead, impossible, even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the bride, fiancé, crept farther and farther into the woods until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized she had been here before. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered. Or at least, not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems into festering, moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. To a shadowy glen she walked and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that your love for who you are. Out there all alone. I thought that was beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know. That was story time. A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment, builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. Ugh, my small talk get in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay. You have fun tonight and try not to end up dead. Oh, he said wink, wink. Never mind. And try not to wink, wink, end up dead. Why did you say the words wink, wink out loud? And what kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? I mean, I thought Trapper was triple-digit. I thought it said hundreds in the mine. Maybe it was dozens. Well, except for Spirit. Told you. Except for Spirit. She doesn't really belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear somebody trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Please, enough talk of burns, things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire, just to be surrounded by figurative flames as well. What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could, just you and me? Those spindly legs, you'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and completely logical. That's a funny joke, which if you don't play DBD, you won't get, so I will explain it to you. It won't be as funny, but you'll understand. Because she's a ranged killer, like, so most survivors move at 100%, like, that's the default speed. Most killers move at 115%, so they will gain on the survivor. Ranged killers move at 110, so they will still gain on survivors, but more slowly because they have range attacks. So like Huntress, you know, Deathslinger, Trickster, stuff like that. So that's what that joke was, in case you don't play DBD. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I am so over all of that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I will be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. Suddenly she went like anti-capitalism, which, you know, it's fine, but it's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on? Or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives. Or, you know, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who's it gonna be? Who are you gonna head off with for an evening activity? Look, I'm just saying you may not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murderer's Island comes to a close. And no, I am not satisfied with that name either, but with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening is pretty much all there was on tape. So which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, ugh, that guy. Nah, we are full Spirit. Oh, you picked me. Yay. Besides the fact that you shouldn't be an asshole when you're letting down someone anyway, especially don't be an asshole to someone that could literally murder you on the spot. Come on. This is not rocket science.